Alright guys, let's talk gameplay. I want 6 survivors. Okay, great. I'll have the lobby support up to 6 survivors. No, 6. That's what I said. Up to no! 6! Just 6! To 6! Project Playtime. A co-op horror game, the prequel to the horror game Poppy Playtime. To tell you this tale, first we need to go back to October 12th, 2021. A new indie horror game had just hit the Steam page for $5. About a week prior, the company releases the game early to YouTubers in order to gain some traction. It works very, very well. Large channels play the game, it gains traction, and ever since it has not stopped. However, there have been some complaints about the game and the company. Greed. NFTs. Literally blocking off lore and content unless you own $90+ worth of NFTs. Releasing a very glitchy Chapter 2 for $10, after promising it'd be only $5. And I'm sure there's more. Past controversies. Dude and his company literally bullied an up-and-coming young animator for a year and a half until he had to quit and institutionalize himself because of all the hate. Wow. After the major success of the first 2 chapters, Mob Entertainment released a very quickly made 7-player co-op prequel called Project Playtime. Now that you're all caught up to speed, let's get back to the focus. Project Playtime. The basic gist of this game is that there are 6 toy pieces locked behind 3 puzzle pieces each, and must all be gathered and deposited in order to win. There is one monster that will go around and drag players to the pit. The players have 15 minutes to get every single toy piece, and have the ability to save their friends. The monster is notified when puzzles are failed.
A failed puzzle, you say?
And when the players are being saved. To be very direct about this game, unless you have a full lobby, this game is not fun. There's a very large issue when it comes to balancing. If you want to only play with friends and not strangers, it's very unlikely that you'll have a group of 7 playing this game, which leads to a big issue. There is no balancing for a smaller lobby, meaning that even a group of 2 would still have to solve 18 puzzles while avoiding the monster. This just isn't viable. Here's a tip from one developer to another. Visuals aren't everything. You can have a beautiful game, but if you don't have the proper balancing for a gameplay loop, it just isn't playable. Before we get into more flaws, let's talk about some things that the game does do well. The atmosphere is good. Being in a frantic, busy environment full of loud machinery with tasks at hand, constantly hearing the footsteps of the monster, that's good. It keeps the player on their toes, keeps them engaged. The monster design is also good. Each monster has their own unique abilities which makes them stand out. While there are some that are a bit more unfair than others, they all do work well. However, the things that make this game unplayable far outweigh the playable aspects. Here's some steps to improve the game. Step 1. Puzzle count per player. Having the gameplay loop always be 6 toy parts, which are unlocked by 3 puzzles each, no matter how many players there are in a lobby, just isn't doable. For example, let's say you have a group of 4 with 1 being the monster. There are still 6 toy parts, which have to be solved by 3 puzzles each, meaning that's 18 puzzles that have to be solved in the 15-minute time span. All while also avoiding the monster, saving your friends, and solving the puzzles. That just isn't doable. Let's say you just have 2 friends that are constantly being attacked and then dragged down and saving each other while you're doing the puzzles. That's still 18 puzzles in just 15 minutes. That's not very viable. A solution for this would be to make it so 1 player equates to 1 toy part, meaning each player would only have to solve 3 puzzles total. You can also get into adjusting the timer, but as of right now, I'd say this is fine enough. 2. Customization. Give the lobby leads the ability to customize the puzzle count, the toy count, and the timer in order to create a more unique experience, adjusted to whatever they want. A game with no lobby customization is just not really seen that often these days. It gives the player more control and opens up way more opportunities without the developer having to actually implement these as normal game modes. 3. Locker alarms really suck when you already shake the entire locker while breathing in it. The game is overall way more aimed towards the experience of the monster. It's almost impossible to escape the monster. They're notified when you're saving someone. They're notified when a puzzle is failed, and more. I want to like this game, I really do, but in the current state of things, I just can't. The only way I can see this game being viable is having a full lobby of 6 survivors. They're all familiar with every puzzle mechanic. Only then would it be leaned more towards the player side winning the round. I can see the aim that Mob Entertainment was going for. However, instead of focusing on more game modes and monsters, focus on the balancing and the customization and the overall player experience. I'm sure that this game will improve as time goes on, and that some of these features will be added, but until then, I just can't recommend this game to others. That's all I have to say. Once again, this is a different approach from my normal content. If you'd like to see more of this, please let me know, and give this video some support. As always, thanks for watching. A quick thank you to Theft King for his coverage of the Mob Animations controversies. They get very in-depth with the shady crap that the company has pulled in the past, and they've made 2 videos about it. I'll leave a link to those videos in the description below.